You lost your appetite and found an horses, ain't you?
What have we got for afters?
Well, I got a bit of that bread pudding left.
Don't suppose there's any chance of a dollop of custard?
Ain't you had a milk rationing?
Mind you, bread pudding will be a thing of the past next week.
Oh, you don't really believe Mr. Attlee will bring in bread rationing, do you?
Well, you heard what the wireless said. Europe's going to be dead short of wheat.
Oh, well, if they're short of a crust in Europe, that's just hard cheese.
Talking of cheese.
You had the last of that in your lunchbox today?
Oh, yeah.
You know something? I wasn't as hungry as you when I was eating for two. I should have hung on to poor old Lou's ration book.
Oh, that's not funny, Mum.
No, I know, son. Sorry.
When I think of poor old Lou, languishing in that sanatorium, fighting for his life.
Yeah.
Makes me even hungrier. This has only got one currant in.
I had to queue for that and all.
You ain't got any of them apples left, have you?
No, I ain't. And if you don't get your skates on, you'll be late for your council meeting.
I think I'll bunk off the council meeting tonight. Can you write us a note for teacher?
Don't be daft, Harvey. What about that civic duty you're always on about?
I'm not in the mood.
Well, it's got to be better than sitting around here on your BTM worrying about that flighty bird of yours.
Harriet is not a flighty bird.
Oh, going abroad for 3 weeks and staying for 3 years ain't flighty then.
Something must have happened. I funny she's right.
It's time you got your mind off that, Harriet. Started thinking about people what really matter.
Oh, don't start up about me constituents again.
Okay, your constituents. I'm thinking about your family. It's your Stanley's birthday next week. I bet you ain't got him a present yet.
I've had a lot on me plate, Mum.
Oh. I've got him a proper wooden garage to put his toy cars in. I had to queue down Dawson's for hours, but it was worth it. They've got some lovely dinky toys down there, son.
I won't forget him.
Now, one thing you can do is talk to that Mr. Got-What's-It downstairs about a birthday cake for Stanley, I mean. There's no point in having a baker for a landlord if you can't take advantage.
I thought you was going to talk to him about a birthday cake.
No. No. Won't go down there on my own because he's a bit, you know, peculiar. Puts me in mind of Bela Lugosi. On top of which he's a kraut.
He's not a kraut. He's an Austrian Jew.
So he says.
Mum? Mum? What was his name?
Who?
You know, the bloke you nearly went to you-know-where with.
Where? Oh,
That's right.
Who? What do you want to know for?
Well, with something interesting to put in my letter to Lou, isn't it?
Interesting. I nearly get carved up by a sexual maniac and she calls it interesting.
Little pictures have big ears.
Who do?
You do.
You're not writing all that in a letter to Lou, are you? Suppose he writes back.
Well, I hope he does.
Well, I am not having his letters coming into this house all covered in germs.
George Cleveley.
What?
Neville Heath's middle name's George Cleveley.
How do you know that?
It's in the news of the world, look.
What is all this?
What's it look like?
I told you about your mouth before.
I can't imagine where he gets it from.
I wish it weren't school holidays. I wish I was back in my class, because I'd be the only kid whose mum went out with a murderer.
I could have been killed in my bed.
Well, somebody's.
You were you, Mum? So put it down to experience.
Neville, George, Cleveley.
Yeah, I suppose they call me as a witness.
Oh, you ain't given the police your name?
No, I don't be daft.
Yeah, suppose he called you for his defence.
Do you think he might? I'd have to tell the old truth.
And then you could sell it to the news of the world.
Swonk.
Sealed with a loving kiss.
Who asked you?
God. Life ain't worth living no more. Can't work the club since Connie got the needle. Can't work the bars. They're crawling with killers.
There's such a thing as a proper job, you know. 8 till 5, half-hour lunch break, a regular wage packet.
A living death.
It suits most people.
No, what I need is a bit of private income. When does the football pool start?
September.
You know, Mum, you could do a lot worse than getting back together with Dad.
Is that your idea of a joke, Margaret?
That's a smashing idea, Mags.
No, it isn't.
But it's common sense. I mean, he's been given the push by Harriet. You're at a bit of a loose end yourself. You're both feeling really down. You might cheer each other up.
It's a terrible idea. I'm depressed now. If your father moved back, I'd be suicidal.
You have to like Dad on Tuesday night.
What's so special about Tuesday?
I knew you'd forget. It's parents' night at my new school.
Already? I thought that was weeks away.
Well, it ain't. It's next Tuesday.
Can't your dad go on his own?
I don't suppose they approve of broken families at C of E schools.
And Maggie's right. You and Dad got to put on a front, not let me down. I knew she'd forget. Brain like a sieve.
Hey!
You do that once more and I'm leaving home.
Yeah. What'd you fancy for your birthday next week, Stan?
All day without her clouting me.
Just think, my little brother 11. Seems like only yesterday I was wheeling him in his pram. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Remember that bit of rag he used to suck?
Yeah.
Oh, he was a lovely baby.
Margaret?
Because I've been thinking, Mum. Of course, I was distraught when I found out about Lou having TB and all that. But in the last few days, I've begun to realise that I must respond positively to the challenge of his illness and try to do what I can to help alleviate the suffering of others.
Where'd you read that then?
People's Friend. It was this story about this woman who decides to become a nun.
A nun?
Well, nurse, after the man she loves passes on.
Are you going to be a nurse then, sis?
I've been thinking about it.
Oh, it's Florence Nightingale. I never recognised you without your name.
You can take the rise all you want.
Do you mean to tell me that on the strength of one weepy story, you're going to go in for all that studying? It's rotten pay and all.
It ain't the stories, Mum. It's Lou. I feel a sense of, what did it say? Vocation. I want to dedicate the rest of my life to helping my fellow man. Well, it's better than sitting round here waiting for the world to end, isn't it?
Pint, please, Rich.
Halves only, Harvey.
Why?
Oh, we're running low on beer, ain't we? Just to make matters worse, they cancelled tomorrow's delivery.
Europe must be thirsty as well as starving. Of course, your Jerry likes his old, doesn't he? I mean, that's how old Adolf started, down a beer cellar, isn't it?
So you're blaming the rise of fascism on Hitler's drinking habits. That's your analysis, is it, Harvey? Very political.
Drink, Mr. Elliot? I didn't notice you were there till you opened your mouth.
Oh, fine, thank you.
I'd have thought you'd have been on pints being secretary of the bar committee.
There is a general shortage. It applies to us all.
You say that in spades.
Council meeting satisfactory?
It's a farce, isn't it? What's the use of setting up a black market committee? It's just a waste of time.
Not condoning spivery, I hope.
If Joe Soap is prepared to pay 1 and 9 pence for an egg, passing resolutions ain't going to do much about it. And this bloody bread rationing ain't exactly going to make the Labour Party popular, is it?
The Prime Minister made it clear that the need to sacrifice didn't end with victory.
You try telling that to my mum.
By the way, Harvey, I was sorry to hear about you and Harriet.
Eh?
Well, I hear she's staying in Holland.
What the hell do you know about it?
I just happen to have a cousin who's married to a godson of Harriet's father.
I might have known. Your lot always sticks together.
No, apparently she's teaching English in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but what I want to know is why.
You don't know why?
What you mean you do?
No, I don't, but one would assume that you
One
might.
would, wouldn't
Yes,
one?
one would.
You'd think she'd at least bloody well write, wouldn't you?
Perhaps she has. The mail's still a bit sticky.
Come on, go over there and fetch her back. Ain't that far away. Trouble is, I don't even know her bloody address.
Sorry to hear your Mrs. Wright's giving you the bum's rush, Councillor Moon. Half, please, Reg.
My lips are sealed, I assure you.
But how come every bugger knows? Must have put an announcement in the Daily Herald.
Reg, 2 halves in the same glass.
Freda, wir nicht ohne Essen.
Oh, it's all right for you. You've only got one hat.
God has given you only one head. How many hats do you need? Ah, Mrs. Moon. Good Shabbos. I mean, good morning.
I do hope nobody's died.
I beg your pardon?
The suit. Oh no, you're going to the Jewish church, aren't you?
The synagogue.
Oh, yeah, I just came to pay my rent.
Ah, thank you very much. If you will kindly put it under the clock.
And you're going to write it in the rent book?
No, not until it gets dark.
Hello, Mrs. Moon. All right, Eric, I'm ready.
Mazel tov.
What's so special about when it gets dark? Got nothing to do with the full moon, is it?
No. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. You see, today, Mrs. Moon, it is forbidden to do any kind of work. For example, I can't handle money, and I mustn't write on your rent book.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Why should you know about a lot of archaic ghetto superstition?
Frieda,
Thank
wie
you,
kannst du
Mrs.
so was schrecklich sagen und dazu noch vor einer Goethe?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Moon. This is a long-running family debate, shall we say. Erich believes in God. I don't.
I do.
Or at least if there is a God, I choose to have nothing to do with him because being one of his chosen people isn't so much of a big deal.
Frieda.
Oh, come on, Erich. You want to miss Jackie Kramer saying his bar mitzvah piece?
If you will pardon us, Mrs. Moon.
Oh, of course, off you go. You enjoy yourselves. Before I go, I wonder if I could ask you a great favour.
We are in a very big hurry, Mrs. Moon.
Well, it's my grandson's birthday next week. Now, this will be the first time his father's been home for his birthday since the war. He's 11 now, going up to the big school soon.
Yes, Mrs. Moon.
If there's any way you can see your way to making him a birthday cake. I know I'm not registered with you,
I
but
don't like to discuss business on the Sabbath, but I'm sure you know how flour is in such a short supply. It will be bread rationing.
No, it'll never happen.
It starts tomorrow.
But millions of people have signed a petition against it. I mean, Mr. Attlee will have to take notice of that, won't he? Have you signed it?
Now, I am a baker, Mrs. Moon. I must stay neutral.
Ah, you signed it?
I signed it.
So did I. 3 times. Blue icing would be best, you know, a nice sponge cake with Happy Birthday Stanley and white piping.
I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you.
Oh, Erich.
I'm sorry, the regulations are very strict. Mrs. Moon, perhaps a couple of iced fancies I could manage.
Thanks for nothing.
Let's go to shul and I'll pray for your stingy soul.
Mum, the song's right. The thigh bone is connected to the hip bone.
Oh, whoopee. Is there anything in there about shell shock?
Who's shell-shocked?
I am?
You can't get shell-shocked in peacetime.
You wouldn't say that if you had my nerves.
I think I'm going to invite Reggie Alexander to my birthday party.
But you hate him.
Yeah, I know, but his dad works in a toy shop, so I should get a good present.
You greedy little sod.
Here, I haven't said you could have a birthday party yet.
Oh, Mum!
No, it's too much trouble. Everything's short. Where am I going to get jam jelly cakes from?
And lemonade,
No, I'm not up to it.
balloons, paper hats.
Stanley, do you listen to a word I say?
Oh, Mum, all the kids round here have birthday parties.
Who's your nan?
I want to hear this is my own.
And you're lucky he still feels like that.
Oh, well, all right then. Maybe just a few friends. But they'll have to behave. I just papered.
Don't sound much fun.
Here, next door's dog having him again, is he?
Here, listen to this. It says in here, if you unwound your intestines, they'd be over 22 yards long.
What's your intestines?
Your guts.
Is there a picture?
And you thought nursing was all flowers and fallen heroes.
Stanley, Max. Blimey, Ree, you look a bit rough.
That's all I need.
Dad, you coming to my party?
If I'm invited, what's all this, Max?
Oh, she's going to be a nurse.
More fool her.
I am joining St John's ambulance. I'll have an head jump on the others when I start at the hospital.
I think she's raving mad myself.
No, your St John's Ambulance Brigade have got a long and noble history of public service. Besides, it's a great way of getting into football matches for nothing, isn't it?
That's a smashing idea, Dad. Can I join Mags?
The St John's ambulance does not welcome little bleeders who just want to bunk in free down White Hart Lane.
Besides, it's the cricket season, so as an early birthday treat, I'll take you over Lords. Watch Middlesex. See Dennis Compton, eh, Stan?
Terrific, Dad. Here, it says in Maggie's book that if you unwound your intestines, they'd be over 22 yards long. That's longer than a cricket pitch.
Yeah, well, it takes guts to face these fast bowlers, eh, Stan?
I'll go and get my autograph book.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know why you're so bright and breezy. I thought Harriet had knocked the stuffing out of you.
Just putting on a brave front. You want to try it sometime, Rick?
Oh, piss off, Harvey.
Do you mind? There's a lady present.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were studying for holy orders. And as Grant enfolded her in his powerful arms, and she looked up into his calm grey eyes, Marcia knew that she had at last, like a storm-tossed ship, reached a safe haven. Oh, what a load of old cards.
I thought it was sweet.
Honestly, the rubbish about it.
You read it.
Only to pass the time. Now, seriously, Margaret, it's a great big con, this romance lark. It's put about by men as a way of getting us to watch their socks, which are smelly. After what I've been through, I don't care if I never go out with another bloke as long as I live. Bloody kids. I'll kill that Stan. Now look. Maggie, someone's playing silly buggers.
Are you the lady of the house?
Monty!
Hello, Margaret. Just as gorgeous as ever. Back by public demand. Well?
I don't know what to say.
Say nothing. Just come here.
Oh.
And as Monty enfolded her in his powerful arms, Rita knew that like a storm-tossed ship, she had reached a safe haven.
That was the Right Honourable John Strachey, Minister of Food.
Bloody government.
And now for the rest of the news.
During the early hours of this morning, at a temporary encampment near Tel Aviv, 7 British soldiers on guard duty were killed by Jewish terrorists.
Bloody Jews.
The terrorists then crept up to the tents and slaughtered more British soldiers as they slept.
Bloody cheek.
Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, the Arabs have begun an onslaught on the
Bloody Arabs.
Hello, Matt. Blimey. What time's the big picture start? Had a great day with Stanley. He loved the cricket. Me and all. That Idrich, he's on the boat. Fancy a cup of tea? I'll make it.
Bread rationing starts tomorrow.
I know.
Just been on the wireless. All about bread units and special allocations.
Not to do much good. I mean, all the housewives around here have been hoarding flour for weeks.
Well, I ain't.
You ain't, because you're the only person around who thought it wouldn't happen.
He knew.
Who knew?
Him downstairs. That Bella Lugosi.
Oh, Mum.
When I asked him about a birthday cake for Stanley, he looked dead shifty. He knew all right.
Of course he knows. He's a baker. It don't make it his fault.
We never had bread rationing during the war, you know, not once. Whatever else was short, you could always fill up and spud some bread. Maybe your loaf was as dark as a black man's bum, but at least there was plenty of it. We're supposed to win this blinking war. Why should we go without?
Because?
I'll tell you why. Because we're feeding the starving Europe, that's why. Filling the bellies of a load of flat, flipping jerrys. Do you think they'd have fed us if they'd have won the war? If they'd have won the war, they'd have flipped well eaten us.
It's not only the Jerrys, Mum.
No, it's the blooming Jews and all. And what happened to all those promises of rehousing? Vanished like snowballs in the desert.
Very poetic, but how did the Jews get into all this? They suffered more than anyone in the war. Look what the Jerrys did to them.
That's no excuse for them to go knocking our boys about in Palestine, is it? I mean, our lads only trying to do their job, keep the peace, stop the Jews and the Arabs.
Hold on, how did the Arabs get into all this?
They was just on my wireless.
Hey?
Anti-British strikes. Ungrateful sods.
And to think, you used to be such a good-natured old duck.
Well, there's only so much this good-natured old duck can take. I've had it up to here with shortages and ration and going without. And what are we supposed to say now in our prayers? Give us this every other day, our 2 bread units. And I'm sick of living in the roof. I didn't go through the Blitz to end up living above the flipping Nazis.
They're not Nazis, they're Jewish.
They speak German when we're not there, you know. The Nazis used to do that all through the war.
Pint of best, rum and pep. Regulars? Now, listen, sunshine, I was drinking in here before you was out of short trousers. Oh, Alice! Come on, Ray. All right, Smiler, still weighing your thumb with every pound of bacon. How about some service? Alice!
Monty, you're back.
Me back? What's wrong with it? Now, a pint of best, rum and pep, and have one for yourself, darling. Beer shortage. All they got to do is ask. I'll get them enough beer to float the Ark Royal.
You still haven't told me why you went away.
All in good time, my love.
Because, you know, when you buggered off to Liverpool,
I told you that was none of my doing. Connie sent me. It's like when you're posted in the army. Only if you disagree with Connie's orders, your legs used to come over all broken. Makes it difficult to march.
Yeah, I know. That's why I backed him working for him.
But now, Connie's not around no more.
Really? Since when?
Since the judge offered him a 5-year holiday in one of His Majesty's hotels on the Isle of Wight.
Never.
So as heir apparent, there I am.
So 2 and 9, please,
Thanks, darling. I'll tell you what, give the change to the pianist. Tell him if he gets near a tune, will he play it?
You don't change.
Never.
So you didn't come back specially to see me then?
Wait, it was the first stop I made.
Evening, lads. Thanks for keeping our seats warm. It's good to be back.
Never wrote.
Letters aren't my handwriting, Rita. So, you're not working at the minute?
I'm resting.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thanks a lot.
No, I mean, I need a smart, resourceful woman to help me in a little business venture.
Yeah?
I fancy making a quick pony.
How quick?
One night, for starters.
Monty, I don't work on my back.
Oh, Rita, would I make such a suggestion? I want you to hostess a little fly-by-night for me.
A car party?
All the rage these days. A lot of punters around with money to burn.
Where?
Your lounge is a nice size.
A car party in a prefab? It's hardly Monte Carlo, is it?
No, it's Monty Fish. Look, and everyone's got to start somewhere. Here's 10 quid for food and drink. Another for yourself, because I'm sure you'll know where to get nice nosh for a price.
Yeah, you said a pony. That's 25 quid, at least it was before the war.
Don't worry, you'll make the rest up on the night in tips. Because that's why you're there. To look lovely and be lucky.
Lucky? Me? You must be joking.
Rita, doll. Your luck changed the minute I got on the train in Liverpool.
Excuse feet.
No, it's all right.
Woman's work.
Times change.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Moon!
Huh?
May I speak with you for a moment?
Of course.
Actually, I washed the steps on Friday.
Eh?
Well, I was waiting for you to return home from work. I didn't want to come up to your rooms while your mother is angry with us.
Angry?
Yeah, about the cake.
Well, she'll get over it.
Normally, Erich would be delighted to bake a birthday cake for your son. I just didn't want you to think he's an uncaring man.
Of course not. Gave us an home, we had nowhere to go.
No. I wanted you to understand that Erich is law-abiding, almost obsessively so. Well, it's his way of repaying this country for giving us a home when we had nowhere to go.
No, really, it's fine. Well, better be on my way.
Mr. Moon, a letter came for you in the last post. It's been redirected from your last address. It's from Holland. I hope you don't mind me looking at the postmark. I do it automatically. One day there might be a letter from... It's bad news?
It's a Dear John letter, isn't it?
I have still so many idioms to learn. I thought your name was Harvey.
Yeah. Harvey Muggins. Hi, Matt.
Hiya.
I'll just grab a quick wash while the bathroom's empty.
Yeah, I fancied a bath this morning, but she was in there again.
Is there a bathroom?
Here.
Lovely. Do you want a hand?
Yeah, give us your finger. You got Stanley's present yet?
I ain't had time.
Make time.
Took him up to cricket on Saturday.
Well, that's a treat, not a present.
Probably forking out tonight for a school uniform.
And that's a necessity. There. Oh, it's a shame we couldn't have got him a birthday cake. I bet Rita won't bother. Stingy basket, that old what's it? I bet he's got tons of flour in his shop. I mean, the Minister of Food wouldn't miss a pound of flour and a dollop of jam.
For crying out loud. Like a bleeding gramophone record with a needle stuck.
Well, somebody's got to think about our Stanley. I mean, you're so busy wondering what your Harriet's up to.
I know what she's up to.
What?
I've had a letter.
When?
Frida kept it for me.
Cheeky mare, why didn't she give it to me?
Somehow, she senses a certain hostility coming from your direction. Can't think why.
Well? Come on, Harvey, what'd she say?
Harriet's engaged.
She'd never.
Yeah. There it is. Oh. Don't know how to tell you this. I've never believed in love at first sight, especially as when I knew Roland before the war. We were simply acquaintances, but then we were both married. We met again after all those years. A ball at the British Embassy, to which I was invited by a friend of Aunt Hilda's.
Sounds like a put-up job to me.
I hope you will find happiness, too. Bollocks.
Harvey.
Oh. Yeah. That's come as a bit of a kick in the teeth, man.
I know, son.
Still, my own fault. Announcement in the Times on Saturday. I was so busy finding out how many stocks and shares were doing that I missed it.
So, we should always remember our historic links with the chivalrous Knights Hospitaller of days gone by. Thank you.
When did we start learning to make people better?
Thank you, Superintendent Bridle. Now, we're going to concentrate on basic first aid. Let us imagine that Bernard here has had the misfortune of being run over by a steamroller and has broken all the bones in his body. Now, come along,
Boris
Bernard.
Karloff in the mummy.
Now, you, young lady, perhaps you would like to start unwrapping Bernard? Then we can all start wrapping him up again.
All right. See you later. Sure. Good time.
They grow so quickly, don't they? My youngest hardly got anywhere out of last year's cricket flannels.
Oh, no, it's dreadful, isn't it?
You got nothing smaller?
Oh, I'm afraid not. What year's your boy in then?
Well, he's starting this term.
Oh. It's not usual for a child actually to commence in second hand.
Yeah, well, he's got new. He just wants spare in case he spills soup on his vest.
Ah, of course. Mabel, have you got any smaller ones, dear?
Quick thinking, Rick.
Stuck-up cow.
Ah, Wing Commander and Mrs. Moon, what a pleasure.
Please.
Sorry, keep forgetting secret work. Mum's the word. So, how is little Stanley?
Still little, I'm afraid. None of these blazers will fit him.
Well, never mind, he'll shoot up soon enough. They used to call me Little Titch at my prep school.
I'm awfully sorry.
I'll take this one.
That'll be 10 shillings, Wing Commander.
So, who gets the money, then? The parents of the kids what shut up?
Oh, no, it all goes to school funds. With the proceeds of tonight's sale, we're hoping to buy 2 new microscopes.
Isn't that what doctors use to listen to your chests?
Oh, Mrs. Moon, you know, I'd almost forgotten your delightfully London sense of humour.
Ammo, Amos, Ammett. Nice handwriting.
Yes, we pride ourselves on our classics tuition.
It's all Greek to me.
You really must take part in our parents' Christmas pantomime. Yes, all our boys take Latin for the first 3 years.
Oh, yeah, Latin.
Most take it to matriculation standard. They find it invaluable in future life.
Especially if they want to become monks, eh?
I envy you, Wingerbander. Your wife must have helped so many to keep their spirits up during the dark days of the war.
Yeah, so I've heard. Monks.
Fat chance.
To take for all the boys to
I hope got what's its Bernie's bands.
What's going on? Hey?
Oh my God. This must have been your leader.
Hey? Hey, come on. I better get you on.
Oh, God.
Just sit down. You'll be all right. Mum's getting a blanket. Mum!
What do you want a blanket for, anyway?
They've only set fire to the synagogue, Mum.
Oh, my God.
Their God and all.
Oh. Look, the kettle's just boiled. Now, keep her warm. She's had a shock.
We'll go to Palestine.
Don't talk like that.
They burnt the synagogues in Vienna.
Probably just an accident. Dodgy wiring.
And then the Jews.
Yeah. No, just let it draw.
Oh, my God, Eric's working. They'll burn his shop.
No, they won't, love. Now, sit down. What you need's a cup of tea.
This is how it all started.
Sweet and strong. That's what kept us going during the Blitz. Come on, love. We've all been through a lot worse than this.
You don't understand. You're not Jewish.
Hello, Nan. Oh, this is the lady from downstairs. She's had a bit of a shock.
Hot sweet tea and keep the patient warm.
Yeah, we've done that. What else is good for shock?
I don't know. Tonight was my first night. Now, if she needed bandaging up...
It's all right. I'm not injured.
Here's your tea, love.
Oh, God. How can we stay here?
That's probably just some hooligans having a go because of what's happening in Palestine.
Yeah, you see, some of our people have got the dead needle over your lot blowing up some of our lot in the King David Hotel.
Can't blame that on the Jews in Acton.
Oh, people will. It's your lot, our lot. Oh, I'm sorry. They've made the point we don't belong.
Drink your tea, love. Well, it's nice and hot.
Just thought you'd like to know. Monty's back.
You'll have to make do with 2 slices today.
Don't start, Mum.
I don't know. You can see to shave in that broken bit of mirror.
I've got a good memory for faces.
Mm. Oh, hello.
Morning.
Nasty do last night.
That such a thing should happen in this country.
I know how you feel, Mr. Gottlieb. We're ashamed.
I want to thank you for taking care of my sister.
Some people know how to be neighbourly.
Getting ready for work and all, eh?
Now, Baker's worked strange hours. I've just finished.
Oh, yeah, of course, right.
I'm surprised you're so busy with less bread to make and hardly any cake at all.
Unfortunately, rationing brings much extra paperwork.
How is she, your sister?
Oh, she's much better, thank you. She's still very upset. It was so unexpected. Well, at least the Sifra Torah were unharmed.
Eh?
The scrolls of the law, the holy writings.
Oh, good.
Can I offer you a cup of tea?
No, thank you. That's very kind. Mr. Moon, about your son's birthday cake.
Yeah?
I'm sorry. I hope you understand. There's the regulations.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you staying straight?
I am standing straight.
You are not standing straight.
Well, watch where you stick the pins.
Do you have to do that now?
It's as good a time as any.
No, it isn't. I'm expecting company.
Then don't you think you'll put some clothes on? Or would that be a waste of time?
Is Uncle Monty coming round? Is that why you got all that makeup on?
Ask no questions, Stanley, and you'll be told no whoppers.
Mum, who's Eli McPherson?
Eh?
I got his name sewn into my blazer.
Oh, that's the kid what's outgrown it, luckily.
Well, if I meet him, I hope he don't recognise his blazer.
How's he going to recognise it? It's the same as all the other blazers. Look, you two better get down lying sharpish. Everyone's heard they got steaks.
They're only whale.
Why aren't you coming with us, Mum?
Why is a crooked letter, Stanley?
It's funny, really, the way Shane put her face on for a week, and then you know who turns up, and Monty's your uncle.
Just get a move on, will you?
I can't shorten this nowhere.
Why not?
Patch pockets. But you can't shorten above where the pocket starts without unpicking it and moving the pocket up.
So?
I'm not a proper tailor, you know.
Well, I ain't wearing it this long. It'll look like I ain't got no trousers on.
Well, you'll just have to grow. Now, will you please go? Now, come on.
Oh.
And have a good time. Oh, I thought they'd never go.
Oh, mashed sardines for tea, my favourite.
Now, don't you mock. I had to give up some of our bread points for these.
You make me laugh, you do. All month you've been doing your pieces about bread rationing. Now you're trading your points in.
Well, you like sardines, don't you?
I'm glad you stopped moaning. That's what I like.
Oh, Harvey. I know I've been a bit of a nag lately. It's been cooped up in this dingy place. Look, let's have a change. Go out somewhere. Borominovich and his harmonica rascals run at the Wood Green Empire.
Borominovich sounds like a foreigner to me.
Get off you.
I can't tonight, Mum. I've got to go up to prefect.
Oh, yeah, why?
Monty's back.
Yeah, I've heard.
Well, you know how impressed Stanley was with him last time.
Oh, you know Stanley loves you, son. You don't want to worry about that.
I still feel a lot happier after I nipped this in the bud.
Now, look, son, you want to watch yourself. People around here are saying Monty's going to be top dog now that Connie's breaking rocks. And he's got a scar on his face he didn't get with opening a tin of sardines, neither.
I can hold me own.
You won't have anything to hold if Monty turns nasty.
Look, it's not just Stanley. I mean, he's no good for Rita neither.
You sure you're the best judge of that?
What do you mean?
Well, maybe you're trying to queer Rita's pitch on account of you've had the mucky end of the stick off Harriet.
I'm not like that, Mum. I've got Rita's best interests at heart. Mum! Oh!
Monty, a fabulous suit.
So swoon.
What about me?
Glamorous as ever. Marguerite.
What?
Marguerite, your name for the night.
What?
Well, the sort of woman who brings the Spielers good luck and a refill of their whiskey glass can't be called Rita.
What?
Trust me. So, what's this doing here? How are the punters supposed to get in?
Well, I can't do it all on my own. Come on, Mum. There.
So, no problems?
Well, no, as long as the punters are out by 11. I don't want the kids coming back to no gambling den.
It's a bit early. Still, if I can't fleece them by 11, I'm not the man I think I am.
What I want to know is, are you the man you used to be?
Why, Marguerite, I don't know what you mean. Hey, careful. Don't get pancake on a whistle. So answer it. It's your apartment.
Good evening. I hope we aren't too early for the whist drive.
Oh, not at all. Do go in.
Leo, glad you found it. Marguerite, Leo Brandon.
How do you do?
Marguerite.
Can I take your hat?
Yes. This is a friend of mine, Douglas.
Oh, pleasure.
Can I offer you gentlemen a drink?
Yes. Could you run to a dry martini?
Of course, and do help yourself to canapes.
What would you like to drink?
Douglas will also have a martini.
Right. Sit down.
Marguerite, I suspect that you're going to be very lucky for me this evening. Isn't she, Monty?
Someone's got to win, Leo.
Good evening.
Hello. Can't go on meeting like this.
Actually, I was going to come up to your rooms after having my bath.
Hey?
To thank you.
That's no need. Your brother says you're feeling better.
Oh, yes, I am. It's very remiss of me not to have already thanked you and your mother personally.
We've only been neighbourly.
I said to Eric, there must be some way we could show our gratitude.
It's all right.
Are you in a great hurry?
Well...
Because I thought perhaps I could offer you a glass of Kümmel.
What's that one is at?
It's a strong liqueur made from caraway seeds and cumin.
All right. I will come in. Just for a minute.
I think that was a joke.
Well...
My English must be improving.
Oh, blimey. Oh, that's terrific.
Your son will like it.
Oh, he'll love it. Hey, I hope your brother won't get into any trouble for doing this under the counter, so to speak.
No. Eric would never do anything under the counter. He made this out of our rations.
Ah, there's no need.
It's nothing, just a small token. 1 Kümmel. Prost.
Oh, what can I say? I mean, look, I promised to save you a slice.
Thank you.
Blimey, this warms the cockles.
Here's to you and your mother, Mr. Moon, the luxury of having good neighbors.
Well, in that case, we should stick to first names, Frida.
I agree. Harvey. Sit. Oh, I hope you don't mind my dressing gown.
Mine? I hadn't even noticed.
It's long enough to be decent, no?
No question. Nice figure.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, yes. I'm making myself a suit for the new year.
Believe in getting an early start, don't you?
No, the Jewish New Year. 5,707. It starts in September.
Of course. Don't you lot do anything the same as us?
Some things.
Is that what you do then? Tailor?
Well, piecework.
Well, like Bertrand Russell?
I don't know. Does he finish mantles?
I never asked. Frida?
Yes, Harvey?
Would you mind... Look, I hope you don't think this is a dead liberty. Doing me a favour of a professional sort.
If I can.
I see, it's my son Stanley. I mean, we're all chuffed pink. He's in up the grammar, but he's got this blazer, but it's too big for him. I don't want him looking bad. First day, new school. Well, my daughter Maggie... Well, you met her... Well, she's a bit of a seamstress, but, well, it's got these patched pockets, and she hasn't really got the know-how.
Harvey, you want me to alter it for you?
Yeah.
Of course.
Pay me, Monty.
Oh, well done, Leo. You are clever.
Clever? It's a game of pure chance.
It's a game of luck. And Marguerite is lucky for me.
It's not the kids, is it?
I hope not. Oh, you turned out like a bad penny, ain't you? I'm gonna say you brought a cake.
What's going on in there?
Look, you've called a very inconvenient... Harvey!
Bloody hell, what is all this?
I'm sorry, Monty.
Ah, so you're a lover boy, are you?
Oh, you must be Harvey. Pleased to meet you. Sit down. You might be lucky tonight. Marguerite, get him a drink.
Hold on. This is all illegal, isn't it?
Well, that's what makes it so much fun. Card, please.
Who are all these people?
Shh. Just a few friends who like to gather round for a nice game of cards, despite this country's archaic and puritanical gaming laws.
I'm on a council.
Mazel tov.
Hey?
Pay 21.
Look, Monty, I came here to play bleating cards, not to join a debating society.
Sit down,
all right,
sit down.
Now look, you and your mates can sling your lot right now, or they'll be able to pay.
Harvey, calm down. The war's over. All we're doing is having a civilised card party for which your charming ex-wife agreed to be hostess.
I thought you were supposed to be in Liverpool.
I know, but I couldn't keep away. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Look, I ain't putting up with this in front of my boy.
Let me set your mind at rest. I know why you're here. You're frightened your wife and kids. You're frightened your wife and kids are going to be bowled over by a charmer like me, like they were last time. We're all going to go off and live happily ever after.
Over my dead body.
It can be arranged. So I put that thought right out of your mind if I were you, Harv. I may have picked up this in Liverpool, but you should see the state of the other fella.
Monty, are you playing cards or what?
Look, I'm his dad.
Stand on me. I've got no interest in your reader beyond the use of the prefab.
Yeah?
My life.
You better not be fannying me.
On my mother's eyesight. What more can I say? Look, come and have a drink, a little spiel. Your punters will be getting restless. Let your braces dangle. Get me a drink. Have no fear. Monty is here. Get your money.
Whiskey, Harvey?
Thank you, Marguerite.
Oh, God. What is it, Davis?
What'd you say to calm him down?
Just tell him my interest in you is purely business.
Monty paying for all this?
Of course. Marguerite was his idea and all.
Right, I guessed. Has Stanley seen you like that?
Of course not. Maggie's taking him up Wood Green Empire birthday treat.
How convenient.
Marguerite, my dear, I'd very much value your advice.
Excuse me. Are you going to play?
Nah, it's Mark's game. I'll watch.
A twist.
Monty, you heard the lady?
Oh, sorry.
Come on, Harvey, I'm dealing you in. You're only young once. $50 minimum stake, even you can afford that.
You should have stuck.
Great show, wasn't it? I won't get harmonica for my birthday. Lovely, that goes down the bum round there. Yeah. Smashing show, though, wasn't it? Especially that comic. Did you notice there was 2 St John's ambulance people in there? Blimey, you getting in through it all? Of course. Do you know who would have really enjoyed that show? Uncle Lou. Yeah. Lots of things he used to like he can't do anymore. I know what you mean. Wait, do you think he'll send me a birthday present? Come on there, oh.
We'll have to pack up in a minute, Monty. The kids will be back soon.
I'll have a heart, Ree. I'm 15 bob up. Oh, let me.
I told you.
We've had a noise complaint.
Oh, look, George. The green baize tablecloth.
Oh, if I'd have known, Arnold, I'd have brought my billiard cue.
All right, then, let's have your names and addresses. It's your place, is it?
Me? No, of course not. I only came round to deliver a birthday cake.
Oh, birthday party, is it? Well, I suppose this is a game of happy families.
Yeah, George. Isn't this Councillor Moon sticking on 13?
You've got sharp eyes, Arnold. I do believe it is.
Do you know, I live in your manor. I thought you'd have been on the side of law and order.
I am.
Well, perhaps he's here on behalf of the watch committee.
All right, lads, a joke's a joke, but we've got to pack up in 5 minutes. I invite you here to play cards, not to piss around.
Can I offer you gentlemen a drink?
Oh, yes, yeah. 2 large whiskies, love.
Make that free, Marguerite.